Hey, good morning. It's early. 1. I'm not giving up on the one idea. Here is an alteration, a variation. This message is mostly for one person, but I'm making this public in case you have ideas and you're listening and you're not that one person. You have ideas about it as well. Here we go. In the past year, I've had the One Project, where I'm helping you write one book with one word for your focus for the coming year. That challenge is proved great as in big for lots of people, and there's some confusion, which I understand, about the idea of, wait a minute, am I writing a book, or is it one word, or what's going on? And so here's where I'm influenced by this same friend who does a lot of work with design and sort of one-page, flyers or designs. And she does a really good job with it. And she uses Canva. And so here's my thought. Not in place of a book, but sort of leading up to a book, or you're not quite ready for a book, or you don't quite understand what I'm going on about with the book. But what about a one-page design of your one word? So, for example, last year my word was focus. So what if I had, I'm just thinking in Canva. If you don't know Canva, it's like Photoshop. It's a design tool online. It makes beautiful art. It helps you make beautiful art. And what if the goal then were to have a one-page representation of your one word? So for my example that comes to mind is a word where the letters are made up of many other words that help to build your word. So if you can imagine a big, again, my word for last year, focus, right? So the F might be made up of a whole bunch of other words. They don't have to start with F, but I don't know, what comes to mind is find, or narrow, or laser, or ideas, and narrow, and clean up, and you get the idea? So what if this page, and that might be too busy. Maybe that idea is too busy, where there's a whole bunch of words making up the one word, but that's just my thought. That's probably because I'm such a word guy, and I see that words make up other words. So that would be one idea of the design, where words make up your one word. And also, by the way, part of the program is to help you find your word, or uncover your word. And there could be some help. Well, there already is some help, but how to help you find that word. And maybe that's in part of the design process. Maybe that's an element of making this page. So I'm thinking I like the idea of a physical thing, an object that you're creating. The idea with one book is that you have this book, right? And that's where I think people got a little confused. For like, wait a minute, so I'm really going to print a book, but it's going to be one word? That's going to be really short. And believe me, go to the website. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's more than just one word. There's like 12 elements, and you are putting together a book. I admit it's a little, I don't know if it's complicated, but there's a lot of steps. Whereas this would be, I kind of see it as a frameable painting, if you will, or a frameable design, where you are going to create this, well, painting is not a bad idea, just this design of this one word of yours. So that's where it could get interesting, especially with the help of AI tools, as to how to create this one word. Maybe it's like a landscape, and your word is in the background. Or, I love vintage travel poster art. So maybe it looks like a vintage travel poster, and yet there's my word. In fact, I quite like that. So maybe that's part of it, is the helping with the AI prompts in certain tools to create this one pager that would help you create your one word painting or tapestry, or, the word manifesto, it always has negative connotations, but, a one word manifesto for the year. By the way, on the topic of one word, I've already broken my rules for 2025, and I have 2 words. In fact, I have 2 sets of 2 words. I have create beauty, and I have now what. So those are 2 sets of 2 words I've already got for 2025. And while I'm on the topic of breaking rules, another thought for this, and this is also a note to my friend who this really is for, is here's a thought I had, is putting together a Kickstarter, which I've been wanting to do for a long time, and making the date March 1st. And kind of the tagline is March 1st is the new January 1st. And the idea being is to launch this one word or one idea or one phrase project, and one of the elements being this design as a Kickstarter. So another element would be the book. Another element would be coaching to help you get your book or your design done. Or another element would be a group element of it, right, which I've done before. Group online, a group in person. So these would be the higher ticket items, right? The low ticket item would be some, prompts for the AI version of the one pager. And then, the book idea. And then like the printed book idea and a hardcover book idea. So anyway, I see many ideas for the Kickstarter. Okay, if we wrap back up, let me check my time. Well, I'm doing good on time. Let me get back to the focus word for 2024, and that is this one-page idea. So the help I'm looking for, the idea I have is, and this is where I'm looking for your help, dear listener, if you have some ideas about this, although I do have one person in mind who I'm going to send this to, is this idea of this piece of paper. And I want you to print it, because I think there's such a difference I'm such a digital guy, and I realize the importance of printed. And so I don't know if Canva prints. I think they do, but it could be something where you create the design in Canva or some AI tool, right? Midjourney or DALL-E or whatever. And then you have this art, and then you go to XYZ tool and you print it, right? Like even Vista print, right? They print. Maybe it's a card. Maybe it's a mouse pad. Vistaprint could be a fun idea, actually, because they make, you can make all kinds of stuff. You could have a coffee mug. Wow. Okay, now my ideas are starting to fly. By the way, a little side note, a note from our advertiser. This episode is sponsored by Now What? The decision-making tool to help you make your next decision and decisions there on out. Who has made that up? Okay, there we go. All right, now I am running close on time. I like to keep these under 10 minutes. Speaking of focus, keep it under 10 minutes. Keep it strong. Keep it focused. Keep it narrow. Keep it laser pointed. So there's my idea, and this is a shout out to my friend. She's going to know exactly why I'm saying all this and why I'm delivering it to her. She's probably going to wonder why I just didn't send her a voice message, but I kind of like putting these things out into public. I do kind of these behind the scenes pretty often, and they often happen in the dark with Pepper at my side, who's snoozing away over there. It's dark. It's early. It's like late January 2025, and I'm liking this March 1st idea for a Kickstarter. I've been wanting to do a Kickstarter for a long time, and the whole one idea. By the way, the one idea, the one word, I really have become less strict on the one word, because I kind of like 3. And I like verb, adjective, noun. Like my create beauty, it could have been 3. It could have been create beautiful things or create beautiful art. That was sort of my 3. So imagine that as an AI image that you're going to print and you're going to put, up in your office or in your bathroom or in your kitchen or whatever, this thing. Imagine, wow, Vistaprint. I'm going crazy on the Vistaprint idea. You've got this gorgeous thing that you're creating for the year that you're going to have visible to you every single day of 2025. Okay, I'm almost at time. What do you think of that, dear friend who I keep not naming? Let me know what you think. And you, dear listener, what do you think of this idea? Does this sound fun? I'm thinking magnet. I'm thinking mouse pad. I'm thinking framed piece of art it's your word for the year. It's your thing. And it's a whole lot easier than a book. So, all right, that's it for now. It is early in January. Bradley Charbonneau here, Repossible podcast and YouTube channel. See you next week. Bye for now.